So I have decided to unsub from this woman here. I will not mention the name of this woman because, once again, I don't do back and forth. I don't scream on people. I don't do flaming. I don't want my subs to go and talk shit to people. I don't do that. We're all grown men, hopefully, so we don't go to people's channels and f you, and then you're effing stupid. No, that's for childish people. You know what I do? I subscribe to people that I have differences with because Obama is whack. Nobody cares about him, right? I subscribe to people because I have differences with them. I want to learn from them, and I want people to learn from me. How can they talk about how America is divided, how we're all divided. It's the truth because some people do not want to listen to the other side without negativity, without a sign language, which is shame, insult, guilt, in the need to be right. Kevin Samuels used to talk about that all the time. This is what the other side doesn't want to do. And this is the reason why we will never be united. We never will. Case in point, let's talk about Democrat Republican, for example, right? Ukraine have guns, good. Israel has guns, good. I'm sorry, Ukraine have assault weapons, good. Israel has assault weapons, good. Americans, give us your guns. What's going on here? What's going on here? Why are they giving money and aid to everybody else but Americans? And why are they allowing everybody else on the planet to have their assault weapons but we can't? I know it's not really assault weapons. I'm just saying this is a term they use all the time, right? So, and Obama literally did nothing for black people in his 2 terms. So why can't black Democrats see this? The ones that are still holding on to their love for the Obamas, because this person says Obama is whack. Nobody cares about. No, nobody does. And then this person, I'm not going to mention her name, the channel author, she goes, the Obamas are beloved by many of us, and you need to get out of here or whatever. This is what I'm talking about. She is an elderly black woman, and for a lot of them, I'm not talking about elderly black women. I'm talking about women who are still black women, I'm sorry, who are still holding on to the Democrat Party in particular, or in particularly, it's hard for me to say that sometimes. Uh, you should know better. If you are in your 60s and you are still believing in hope and change, I run into these people on Facebook, and after a while, I just unfriend them because you know we have nothing in common. You are stupid. You have lived through this. And not only that, Bunker TV, you know who I'm talking about, so there's no reason for you to ask me in the comments. I did a video talking about this woman recently. Um, you've lived through hope and change. Hell, this woman here has probably lived through a she was around when Jimmy Carter was the president. So this is how old she is. She's probably in her 70s. My mother's 84. She might be my mother's age. She probably was around when JFK was the president. I'm sorry, JFK. And she was definitely around when Obama was the president. And you're still about hope and change? Some of these older Negroes, 50 and up, that still that they have on their Facebook banner, are you like me? Do you still miss the Obamas? And they have a picture of Barack and Michelle. I be looking at these people like, why are y'all still doing this in 2024? Why? They didn't do nothing for us when they were in office. They helped he helped the LGBT community. He didn't prosecute a lot of these people who killed some of our black teenagers and other black men and women. When he had the DOJ under his complete command, there wasn't people going to jail like this. I'm talking about officers that were just slaughtering black people. Mr. We Love You Obama, he wasn't doing shit for us. He wasn't doing a goddamn thing. And remember, he's not FBA. He's not a foundational black American. His people are from Africa and his mother is a white woman. So he was and he was raised by a white woman. So his priorities were for all lives matter. See, this is the reason why you have to check receipts. You have to. People be sitting there saying, you FBA are this, you FBA are that. Isn't it amazing how when FBA got really, really popular all over social media, that all of these different Africans and Caribbean groups were out there making all the noise talking about we were a hate group. Isn't that something? We never called for anybody for any harm to anybody physically. The only thing we said was, you know, we need to separate ourselves from all of the groups because we have our own interests. And some of these people in the African and in the Caribbean peninsula, and if I'm not talking about you, I am not talking about you. I'm not saying you all do it, but you do have a lot. Well, there is a lot of them online that do this, and they're always trying to undermine our issues. They're always trying to act like us, like this one here. Her name starts with an A, and her first name starts with an A, and it ends with an E. It's the same thing. She's an African. She's not. You can just look at their names. You can just look at their names. But anyway, going back to this thing, right? Obama did nothing for black Americans. And you have black Americans that are still, oh, we love Barack and Michelle. You see, what's going on, real simple, is a lot of black people are modern day slaves, mentally. They really are. It doesn't matter. They are mental slaves. They have been getting nothing for the Democrat Party. And these people that are slavishly devoted to the Democrat Party, the people who have literally received nothing. We are literally in 2024, and all of our money is going to Israel, Ukraine, and illegal aliens right within our borders. They are sending money to all these other countries to secure our borders, and our borders are wide open. And you have some black women that are online in 2024, and they are still living through the Obamas. This is absolutely insane. This is absolutely insane. What did that person said to comment just this recently that the only people that are still voting Democrat are gay black men, gay men in general, and mentally challenged people. I mean, you have to be. This woman is a bumbling idiot. She can't answer questions. People have been getting upset with her. They're asking her to get to the point. She doesn't have any policies for Americans. All of her policies, verified by economists, do not make any sense. You cannot sit here. She talks about controlling prices. So is she going to appoint a grocery czar who's going to order all supermarket chains around the country to price eggs at $1.99 a dozen? You know what that's called? I think that's called communism. I have to look up the term again. Yeah, like I said, I don't really, a lot of these terms evade me as you get older, and you don't really, where the government controls production and the government controls pricing. Is that communism or socialism? I cannot remember. But this is what she represents. She doesn't represent a free market. She represents a market in which government controls everything. She said also that she would have an unrealized capital gains tax. And you ask the person, the older black female, what does this mean? She probably couldn't even tell you what this means. That means that she would wipe out the crypto market. She would wipe out the stock market. You haven't realized any gains, but we're going to take money from you anyway. Nobody's going to invest anymore. If nobody invests anymore, this government is going to lose billions of dollars. Do people understand basic economics? Or they might invest in overseas markets, just not in America, right? Instead of focusing on Orange Man Bad, I just say anywho, the divide is not. These people get on here and they say, there's a division between black men and black women, and both sides are to blame. No, sir, we are not going to play that game. This is not about both sides being at fault. This is a simple thing that black men and black women, large numbers of us, we don't think the same. A black female said this on a talk show over 10 years ago. No, actually 20 years ago. I think it was the Phil Donahue show. She was on the show on I will never forget this. She was on the stage with her white husband and she said, we black women need to go get with white men because we don't think the same. And I was like 19 years old. I saw that on regular TV and I literally started crying. I couldn't believe that a black American woman would say that about a black man. But it's been a long education process, even for myself. Yes, she was totally right. We do not think the same. We are two different people. They don't understand us, large numbers of them, and we do not understand them. We do not understand their meanness, their negativity. We do not understand a group of women that do not understand that you will never subjugate us. We will never submit ourselves to women, black men. We will never follow women. You are supposed to follow us, period. And if you don't get this, this is the reason why we don't get along. It's not because we don't. Well, listen, I am. And if you don't like it, I don't care. I don't believe that women are ever supposed to rule a nation. I don't care who says it. What did Obama say? You are misogynist. I am. I believe only men should rule. I would never vote for a woman to rule the country. So if you don't like it, I don't care. God put man on earth to rule, not women. Women don't know how to rule. So if you don't like it, I don't care. But on top of that, her policies do nothing for me. They only do something for women and lesbians and migrants and immigrants and Ukrainians and Israelis and whoever else. Their policies don't do nothing for straight black men, straight men of all races in this country. It does nothing for us. And the way that they're still holding on to this sham right here, to this piece of shit right here, is beyond me. I could not imagine myself in a relationship with a black American woman that is a liberal. We would not get along. You want to know why? Because in every room of where I live, there is a gun in every room. There's a gun in my living room. There's a gun in my kitchen. There is a gun in my bedroom. There's a gun in my shower. There's a gun in every room. Just in case I have to run here, boom, 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 bang, 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 and then I got to get to the other one, boom, 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 bang, bang, bang. Then I grab the other one, boom, boom, and there's a gun every. Me and her would not get along. We have a Totally different worldview. We don't think the same. So a lot of us, we just need to move on from each other, you know. And these people closing it out, these liberal black women. I remember that video. This is maybe a year old or 2 years old, where that black woman got off the subway, and this she was walking to her apartment, and this crazy nutso guy started running behind her, and she was running, and she screamed, and she hurried up, and she opened the door because this dude was going to do something really, really horrible to her. But yet these are the people who say, rah, 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 DNC, we don't need no guns, the police are everywhere. We don't want to live in the world that these people want to live in. Democrats, black women are just literal victims at this point. They are the victims of their own choosing. They are choosing to abandon their men. They are choosing to embrace the white man, as their god, as their political leaders, and they want to continue to engage in hating on us and spreading negativity on us. And this is the reason why I unsub. I don't know what's wrong with this woman. I don't know what's wrong with any of our people that still keep pushing this Democrat bullshit. I literally don't get it. And it's literally time for us to say goodbye.